This is the story of how I ended up booking a trip to the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador with my childhood crush 20 years later. Let's rewind. We all remember our first childhood crush. At least I do. The first time you realize that you're drawn to someone, drawn to them maybe more than anyone else in the room. You pick up on their mannerisms, what makes them laugh. You watch them out of the corner of your eye, hoping that maybe they're watching you too. I've had a few crushes, some of them that in hindsight make absolutely no sense, and others that have turned best friends. But there's one that sticks out the most. This curly-haired, chaotic little boy named Julian. There he is. And we went to school together, grew up down the street from one another, and little did I know that this boy would significantly alter the trajectory of my life. Okay, back to present day now, in an airport, about to board a flight to Ecuador, and Julian is here too. The truth is, Julian is a lot more than just my childhood crush. He also became my high school boyfriend, first love, and as of super recently, my fiancé, but that's a story for another time. So we've been wanting to do this trip for so many years, going to the Galapagos Islands to see the wildlife, the landscapes. Julian is a biologist, so this is his absolute dream. We booked a trip to live on a boat for a week to visit many different islands. Many of them were quite remote. And this was actually one of the most insane experiences ever with an extremely packed schedule. The schedule was different every day, but it mostly consisted of waking up at about 6 a.m. to go for a hike, then come back, eat breakfast, go for a snorkel, go on another hike, come back, eat some lunch, snorkel again, a hike again. I swear we did 2 snorkel sessions and 2 to 3 hikes every single day for a week straight. Julian and I had a room to ourselves, but we were on this boat with a bunch of other people from all over the world, and making these new friends was such a highlight for us. Here's what our little room looked like.
And voila. Doesn't take much time to look this good. I've never been cold in Galapagos except for that right now.
This is an example of one of the day hikes we would do. This red sand beach is on Rabida Island. That is red actually because of the iron in the surrounding volcanoes. Our guide found a dead seahorse on this island, which was so cool to see. We were trying to find one while we were snorkeling. There was so much other beautiful wildlife on this island too. We saw some of the cutest baby seals. We had a really fun experience snorkeling with seals one day. They are just so playful and unafraid of humans. The next day, we loaded up on a little trolley. It was kind of a rainy day, but we were on our way to go up to the mountains to visit a tortoise sanctuary. This was truly one of my favorite experiences. I felt like I was in a different world. These tortoises are such beautiful animals. And then, as we did after every day, we got back onto the dinghies that transported us back to our boat, our home for the night, and watched the sunset.
Morning.
After our time out at sea, we flew back to the mainland to visit Cotopaxi, which is the largest active volcano in Ecuador. It felt so grounding to be among the Andean mountains and watching the wild horses roam while wearing my cozy wool sweater. We were served tea to help with our altitude sickness before heading off on an afternoon of horseback riding. During our stay in the mountains, I ended up taking an evening walk by myself, and I found myself praying a lot, sitting and just watching this volcano. It is honestly a memory I'll never forget.
For those of you who don't know, this isn't Sarah with a lower voice. This is her handsome fiancé. Handsome fiancé who's been in love with her since 13 years old, who's been crushing on her for 20 years, who's been dreaming of this moment together in Ecuador, traveling the world. It's crazy to think 20 years ago how much I thought about her. I didn't even think I had a chance back then because, I was kind of a late bloomer. But here we are, like swimming with iguanas. One of the most amazing trips of our lives, I think. 'Cause I love animals. Man, there's just so much to see, so much wildlife. I never wanted to get out of the water. It's just amazing. I don't know what else to say. It's just amazing. There I am running. She asked me to run. That's also me on the beach. And me again swimming in the ocean. But, oh, that's my baby girl. She's just sprinting and I love her so much. It's just a wild experience, growing together, growing up together down the street from each other and thinking, oh, this is the only person I want to be with. And here we are now, fast forward 20 years later, we now live together, we're engaged, we own a house together, and we travel the world together and experience these amazing things, and I just feel so blessed with her. She's also a hummingbird. She looks amazing in that form. And any moment with her, whether we're traveling across the world to the Galapagos or just staying at home in pajamas watching a movie, just feels surreal. But this was an experience I'll never forget. Look at us howling at the river. That was all her idea. I don't come up with that kind of stuff. That's her. She's kind of crazy, but I love that about her.